Today, you guys, we're going all in on how you go from good to great in your real estate company and tactical nuanced steps you can take to separate yourself from your competition. As you know, we're all calling similar lists. We're all reaching out to similar people. So today we're solving some immediate issues that you guys can take and use to make more money. So without further ado, let's get right into it. People don't fail at real estate because they suck. They fail because there's too many ways to succeed. That's why I suggest you focus on the most important skill in all of real estate, which is finding deals. I'm Ruud-Johnson, and in this podcast, I share the exact steps I've used to source 400 deals by age 24. This will allow you to do three things: control your deal flow, make unlimited income, and build your empire as an off-market operator. It's not complicated to set yourself apart as a business owner and an entrepreneur and a person in 2023, you guys. When you look at the statistics out there on business and doing anything consistently for a long period of time, the bar is incredibly astronomically low. When you look at the amount of podcasts, right, that come out and people don't continue after a certain point, most shows never make it past, I think it's like 21 or 22 episodes. You're in the 1% of podcasts, I think, if you put out more than 30 episodes. It's not hard to set yourself apart. And so many people get into real estate specifically. I'm going to talk about specifically how we can take this lesson and amplify it in our business. But so many people get into real estate in any other business and they go, oh, the market's saturated. Oh, there's not enough deals to go around. Oh, so-and-so already called XYZ list. If I call the list, am I going to get the same leads? But people don't realize like how easy it is to set yourself apart in this business. We consult a lot for people in the real estate industry on scaling their company, getting more leads in the door, converting more of those leads and selling more deals to buyers. And there's just little nuances that when I give them, their eyes light up because they go, man, no one else is doing this. Like an example of that is with your buyers, you guys, like having weekly check-ins with your buyers and knowing their birthdays, knowing where they go on vacation, knowing things about them and treating them like clients instead of just like a number on a spreadsheet that write you checks once in a while. Like going the extra mile and going deep on the nuances are what could separate a business from being good to great and what separate you from your competition, right? How can you create an experience in your business with your product, which is, wholesaling, flipping, subject to whatever you're doing in your real estate company, and create a product that creates, inside of your company separation, right? As a person, again, like it's, if you show up and you work every single day and you move the ball forward, you're separating yourself from 99.999% of business owners and people. Okay. So beyond just a person, right? I don't want, this isn't really like a personal motivation, self-help podcast. This is about actual items we can take in our business. And today's show, I'm going to be talking all about actual nuanced steps that you guys can take in your real estate business that'll give you the edge. Okay. I want to talk about one thing right now. The first thing that I think everyone can implement in their business is called the pre-sale, right? How many sellers do you guys run into that over and over again get their house put under contract by 30, 45 wholesalers or flippers that don't end up performing on that number because most of them, to be honest with you, don't know what they're doing. And you get them on the phone and they say, yeah, Cole, yeah, so-and-so, I'm exhausted. I've had my house under contract so many times and I just don't want to, I don't want to even do the deal now. And the way we've gotten around this over the years, and what helps tremendously go from good to great in this aspect is by having vetted buyers. And if you go back and listen to the disposition episode, I talk about how we vet our buyers, but having buyers that you trust, you can send out to a property and you can tell the seller, hey, Mr. Seller, hey, here's the deal. I 100% agree. Most wholesalers promise you a price they can't perform on. Most flippers promise you a price they can't perform on. Even most agents promise you a price that the market can't perform on. So what I'm going to do for you is I'm going to send one of my most trusted partners out there, right? This is one of your vetted buyers. And that trusted partner, call it Steve. Steve's going to show up. He's going to do a quick 15-minute walk through the property. When Steve calls me after he leaves, we're going to have a firm number that we can 100% perform on. We're not going to have any kind of contingencies under inspections, and we're going to release your earnest money within 48 hours of signing this agreement directly to you, released from escrow to you. How does that sound? That's a nuance that can take you from good to great and capture way more deals and way more leads than other people can because you've gone the extra mile. And so today, you guys, I want to talk in the show about what steps you can take to go the extra mile in your business because that's what sets you apart, right? Everyone is cold calling. Everyone is texting. Everyone is doing pay-per-click. Everyone is doing pay-per-lead. Everyone is doing things in their company that everyone knows about. We've all been in similar masterminds, similar coaching groups. Like the information, you guys have enough information. It's how you take that information and develop mastery around it that separates you, if you want to do $1 million+ a year in this business, from someone doing $100,000 in this business, right? We can get into sales side, we can get the disposition side, but in this episode, I want to talk about actual action items you can take to go the extra mile and separate yourself. Okay, that's the first one. That's one example, that nuance of being able to guarantee a seller a number. Most people don't do that and can't do that, right? It's, are you going to put in the reps on underwriting? Are you going to sit there in your free time and underwrite 25 deals that aren't even potential deals for you just to get the reps in? Because you should be able to underwrite a deal in 1 to 5 minutes tops. And that is a nuance that you can control and master that sets you apart. If you can be on the phone with the seller at your computer, and by the end of that phone call, you're 95% sure what you can pay them, that sets you apart. If you have buyers that can perform, and that they give you a number, they're going to perform, that sets you apart. If you can release earnest money, that sets you apart. If you can waive inspection, that sets you apart, right? It's not about the list. It's not about the marketing channel. It's about who's taking those leads and what you're doing with your process to separate yourself. Because there's only 3 levers you can pull in this business, right? Lever 1 is more leads, right? There's a million different marketing channels. Every single guru and guy talks about their favorite one, right? My favorite one's cold calling. Someone else's might be pay-per-click. Someone else's might be mail. It's market dependent. It's company dependent. It's sales rep dependent. It depends on your business. So I'm not going to go into that. That's the first lever you can pull. Second lever you can pull is, right, it's closing those leads, your sales process, your follow-up, your CRM, all that, your branding, everything that goes into that. The third part of that, after leads and lead conversion, is filling the holes in the bucket operationally, right? So your transaction coordination team, talking about how quickly you guys pull new data, all the stuff on the back end operation side that can improve a company. But really what this business is, you guys, is talking to sellers and talking to buyers. But how can we set ourselves apart in the eyes and mind of a seller, and how can we set ourselves apart in the eyes and mind of a buyer? That is what is important. Okay, so on the seller side, right, I'm not a big like business card guy, but it's having references they can chat with, right? Having social proof. That separates the good from the great real estate companies. Having a page they can go to with videos of sellers raving and talking about how much you guys have helped with their company. That is important. That matters. If you can send a seller a link saying, "Hey, here's a link. Go to this page with 50 different sellers talking about how well, not just written fake Google reviews that say 5-star, this company is amazing, but videos of the seller at the house holding the check in their hand, that you took the time out to meet them at the title and escrow company. You interviewed them for 30 seconds, and they're on a page you can send to sellers." That moves the needle. Okay, that is something that takes you from good to great. Right, on the seller side too, beyond just references, right? It's, what's the process like, right? After they sign an agreement, what's the communication like? Are they hearing from you right away? Are you sending them a PDF that has step by step what's going to happen? Or do you have scheduled check-ins with them? Are you sending them something in the mail saying, "Congratulations, here's a t-shirt, here's a hat"? Maybe don't do that, but are you taking the extra steps to show your sellers that you care, right? Because you guys, we're not in a bit, we get fired every deal. This is a pipeline business in real estate, and so and a lot of us aren't agents, so we don't get that evergreen marketing. Like the referral game isn't as strong in off-market real estate, fix and flip, wholesale, subject to, as it is in on-market retail. And the main reason for that is because agents, people are used to selling homes on the market. People are not used to selling off the market. As many deals as we do, and as much inventory as there is to go around, none of us knew what wholesaling was in high school, unless our parents did it, or in college even, right? We heard about this once we got into real estate. Man, there's this niche in real estate that I can explore, where I can put these homes under contract and sell it and make money without a license. That's how we all heard about it, right? So we have to create an experience for sellers where they do want off market, when their aunt or when their friend or when their cousin's sister's brother's dog decides that they want to sell their house, they say, "Oh, wow, man, well, let me tell you about this company," right? If you guys don't want to deal with the hassle of the agent, or you guys have tenants in there and you don't want to deal with it, or you're in probate or in your divorce, I know this company that's freaking incredible. The process was so easy. I felt like I didn't have to worry about anything. Let me give you their number. And that is how you create people that go to bat for you. And that's evergreen marketing, you guys, that can serve your business forever. And that's hard to get in this business, but it's still possible. That takes you from good to great, right? The referrals, having a process is so smooth and so easy for sellers that it makes their life easy. That is what matters. So we all want amazing real estate companies, you guys, that go the distance and that can go from good to great. But we have to focus on the nuances, right? Once you have product market fit and you're doing deals, you don't need to major in the minors, but you do need to focus on stuff that moves the needle, that can separate you, right? Fill in the holes in that bucket. If you guys have proper lead volume and you guys have proper lead nurturing and conversion, how do you improve your conveyor belt in your process so that more sellers want to work with you, more buyers want to work with you, and you set yourself apart? Because in this business, you guys, there's no hidden strategy, right? You're door knocking, you're cold calling, you're texting, you're doing all the direct to seller marketing. At that point, it's how you work your pipeline, how you nurture them, right? The nuances of like improving cold callers, all that kind of stuff matters. But what really matters, you guys, once you have a certain amount of leads coming in, you're having a certain amount of conversations, it's setting up your company and your business to go from good to great. And that can take you from 200 to 500, from 500 to a million, from a million to two, and so on and so forth. Because what got you here is not going to get you to the next level of your business, of your life, of your company, of what you guys want to achieve in real estate. So this was a more of a higher level episode, you guys, something I want to chat about this week. It is, the beginning of May here. I'm, back in town in San Diego, and I'm really getting back into the full swing of things after being in Europe for all of April. And it's so powerful, you guys, these little things, like the little things for me in our companies now, that once you have product market fit, right, it's the boring work. Do the boring work, do the stuff you don't want to do. Create those SOPs, create those playbooks, go from good to great, collect testimonials, do the stuff that actually helps you go from good to great in your company, and to make you a ton more money. Man, great show today, you guys. Appreciate you hanging out for the past, 10, 15 minutes or so. Again, I like the short format, and I love hearing feedback from you guys. So if you guys shoot me DMs, I respond to all of them with feedback, and I try to craft, shows around that. This is one of those shows, right? Is I got a question around, how do I, take the next step and make sure that I'm differentiating myself from the competition that I'm facing out there. So hope you guys enjoyed this show. As always, you guys, please, again, like I said, leave me a review, shoot me a DM, share this on your story. It means the world, giving this out to more people, helping them along their real estate journey, because that leads to amazing things. Like the real estate game as a whole, coming up in that world, learning how to do deals and make money. It's not only sets you up for wealth because you know how to acquire real estate and do deals, but it just develops so many entrepreneurial skill set tools that you need as you grow as an entrepreneur and a business owner. So as always, on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you like to listen to this show, save it, download it, and leave me a review and subscribe there. And I'd be very appreciative of that. And until next time, as always, you are only one deal away.